Hey y'all, welcome back. I know it's been a little minute since I posted a video, but I got a new one here for you guys today. Today I will be sewing Stacked Joggers. This will kind of be like a behind the scenes of like designing for my clothing line and my first collection that I'm coming out with soon. So if you're interested in this, stay tuned, watch the whole video, don't skip through it, watch the whole thing, right? I will know. But yeah guys, stay tuned. Okay guys, to get this party started, first of all, I'm just laying out my fabric and pinning this pattern that I drafted to the fabric. Yes, I drafted this pattern myself. If you want a video on drafting, if you want a more detailed video on how I drafted the pattern for these stacked joggers, you can let me know down in the comments below. But at the end of this clip, I'll just be like inserting like a general type idea of how to do it, I guess. So after cutting out my fabric, I'm just marking the darts on both the front and the back pant legs. I marked it on the back so that I don't have to worry about marking it later, but I'm going to start by pinning the facing for the front hip pockets. And if you want a more detailed video on how to sew front hip pockets, comment down below. To start sewing, I'm just sewing with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then I'm understitching that seam, and then I top stitch the pocket, the side pocket, so it could be, I don't know, more clean and put together. But sewing front hip pockets is so satisfying to me. Like, it just always turns out so clean, and pockets do make everything look better. Don't argue with me. And for this part, I'm just sewing, I don't know what this is called, but it's the part of the pocket that actually makes the pocket. So you have the front of the pants, the facing, and then that back part that makes the pocket, or like, I don't know how to explain it, but I think y'all know what I'm getting at. I'm also pinning my darts so I can sew them after I finish sewing the pockets. It really doesn't matter the order for me. You can sew the pockets first, or you can sew the darts first. It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect one or the other. Y'all knew this was coming. Y'all knew y'all was going to see my serger in this video. So after that, I am just serging the edges of the pockets because I want it to look professional and put together. And I'm selling these clothes, so they have to be professional. You feel me? If you don't have a serger, you can always use a zigzag stitch to overlock, or, you know, imitate that look for overlocking that seam. And next, I'm just putting the front pant legs right sides together and pinning them at the crotch, and then sewing them. And then after that, serging. Okay, so this is the front so far. Oh, my bad. You can see the pockets there, the pockets where I sewed the dart at, and yeah, I'm just gonna put these to the side while I work on the back. I sewed the back darts off camera, but I'm just putting the back pieces right sides together and then pinning them at the crotch, and then sewing and then serging the seam, just like I did for the front. So y'all, I just finished sewing the back. You got the darts, and then I sewed the two pant legs, the back pant legs at the crotch seam, and now I'm about to put the pin the front to the back. I was thinking about adding back pockets, but for now, I don't know, maybe in another video where I sew pants, I'll put the back pockets along with the front hip pockets. But now I'm about to just put the front to the back and sew them at the seams, side seams, and inner leg seam. So before I sew, I'm just pinning it, the front and back together at the side seams, making sure to pin the pockets in place and pinning the inner leg seam. I don't really have much to say for this portion because it's pretty self-explanatory, you know, sewing it at the 1/2 inch seam allowance, but also making sure that when you're sewing the side of the pants, make sure that the pocket, make sure you pin it in place so that you don't have any holes when you sew your pockets. You want to make sure all the fabrics are lining up and that you're sewing through all of them so that, like I said, you don't have any holes when you flip your work right side out and you can stick your finger through the pocket because you didn't sew it. And following that, I'm just going to overlock the side seams and inner leg seam. Next, I move on to the stacked leg extensions. I'm just pinning them at the sides, and then I'm going to sew them with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Okay guys, this is the fun part and how I made the leg extension stacked. I'm sewing them with elastic thread, and you only use elastic thread for the bobbin, so you hand wind that and then put it in the machine and use it like you would if the bobbin had normal thread. And I don't back stitch at the beginning or the end, I just cut it and then I pull the thread to make it scrunched up. It's kind of like gathering, so basically that's what you're doing, you're gathering the fabric, and that's how you get the stacked look. Okay guys, so this is what we have so far. She's coming along. These are the extensions, the stacked extensions, and I kind of like it. It's supposed to kind of be like a slow fade, so I stacked it a little bit, like 7 inches up on the pants, or the main part of the pants. So I'm just going to attach this to this and this to this, and then after that I'll do the waistband. So I'm just going to flip my pants inside out and insert the leg extensions inside of the pants and pin it at the side seams first, and then pin it all around, and then do the same to the other leg. And the wider part of the stacked extensions is the bottom, so you pin the shorter part to the pants. So to get started with the waistband, I'm just pinning it together at the sides and sewing with the 1/2 inch seam allowance. After I sew the sides, I'm just folding the waistband over with the wrong sides touching each other, and then we're just going to pin that all around, starting first with the side seams. And then sewing with an 4th inch seam allowance. And you're just going to leave an opening for the elastic so you can weave that through. And I'm just using a safety pin to help me pull the elastic through the channel. Once you pull the elastic through, you're just going to sew the 2 end pieces together. And after that, you're going to line the top of the waistband up with the 1/2 inch seam allowance on the throat plate, and then you're going to match the end of the presser foot up with each of the seams that you sewed so it can be straight. So after you sew the elastic waistband, it's time to attach the waistband to the pants. And what I do to help me sew the waistband is I fold the waistband in half with the side seams at either sides, and then I mark the midpoints between the side seams on each point. And you pin it at those 4 points, and then you pin it all around, because the waistband is usually shorter than the pants, so you stretch it to the pants. So that's how I pin it. And when I'm sewing, I just match my presser foot up with the last seam on the waistband to just keep that 1/4 inch distance between all of those seams. And then you are done, and you just finish serging that raw edge, which I did off camera, sorry. And that's all for this video, guys. Here's like a clip of me showing you how the pants turned out. I like them because they're not like too form-fitting, and they're like a little baggy but still stacked and like modest, and I just love them. I don't know, I love them. I loved how they turned out. Comment down below if you like them, and remember to subscribe, like, and share this video. Comment what you want to see more of, and I'll put my social media ups for you to follow me. That's all for this video, guys. If you made it this far, thanks for watching me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh yeah, don't forget to turn on the post notification bells. That's all. Bye.